Kanpai! Welcome one and all to episode 251 of Kanpai Cast, where we're doing this time around the summer 2026 mid-season catch-up reviews. 6-episode rule. Before we get into it, little light housekeeping, which is the like, comment, subscribe, because on today's episode we'll be discussing the 6-episode rule and despairing over how Disney is mucking up my season. If Bleach doesn't end in a week of the rest of these shows, I won't get to annoy Xeno with my gushing about Bleach. Anyway, as a quick announcement, next week you may, and I repeat may, have a surprise for you guys, because Xeno has been scrounging the internet to try and get some guests, and he's forcing me to go through all these potential finds.
I'm not taking all the credit for this, right? Like, Thaylien putting a hell of a lot of work.
He is forcing me to go through all his potential finds and vet them, because apparently ruining my algorithm by making me check out 99 AI slop channels in a row is funny.
Oh, you should just be using the Kanpai Cast account, like I do, for all the anime assets for Notice Me Senpai, because I'm not making up my timeline with that shit. Ew, anime, gross.
In any case, next week we may, in fact, have a guest with us, so look forward to that. Until then, however, it's time for the reviews. And just to put some context in, there are some dropped shows. So aside from Bleach, which I can't review because it's weeks behind, Yanni Nico's been dropped, Goodbye Lara's been dropped, The Elusive Samurai's been dropped, and Red Ribbon, I believe that's the... was it Red Ribbon?
No, not Red Ribbon, Red River.
River.
Yes.
Red River.
And Yanni Neko is Chainsmoking Cat.
Chainsmoking Cat.
Yes.
So just to actually add in, Goodbye Lara, I haven't actually started. I want to, but and The Elusive Samurai, I kind of want to wait for like the whole dub to come out situation. So I do not have a doubt in my mind that that's going to be good. But it's just a case of like there's so much other cool stuff going on. But yeah.
So. No more delays. Now just spin that wheel. What am I reviewing first?
All right. Thalien's going first. He's taking the first bullet, and he gets to do the Exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system.
Yes.
Oh, God, that thing.
Okay. So this is unchanged for me. It's still an Acquired Taste 2-star.
Is it actually up there now?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So many clicks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Would you say Acquired Taste 2-star?
Acquired Taste 2-star, yes.
2-star.
There
you go.
Yeah, so I'm actually still liking this. It hasn't changed in ranking at all. Reason being that there's still large amounts of flashback and repetition of moments to pad the time, but there's actually a balance. In fact, the recaps have shortened, but they reuse the same fly-in animation over at the town every time the story returns there. So it's getting that's getting repetitive. But on the other hand, they gain a little bit of status back by having very rich town scenes where there's actually adventurers, townfolk, children, and so on just wandering around and having conversations in the establishing shots. Way more busy world creation than I've seen in almost any other anime. So positives and negatives just from the scene setting. In terms of the story, Elemas has found his supporting protagonist, Ruche the Pierrot, basically clown with interesting clown powers.
Kefka?
No.
Yes. So he finds out when he's searching for a specific skill book, one he actually does find in a back alley dealer in a Mystic Arts. In the perfect circumstances, I say perfect circumstances, the woman running the magic dealership says that this particular skill book he wants it's going to cost him 50 million gold. And he's only got a couple of 100,000 to his name after his rank up in the guild. But this is answered by him catching this conversation between Ruche and her existing party, who are mistreating her because she's apparently useless. She's low level, put points into a skill tree she can't really use, and the guy leading the party is just a dick in general, which, is nice to see. Anyway, he kicks Ruche out of the party right in front of Elemas, who thinks he knows what the use of skill tree she is, and immediately rushes after her to recruit her, coming off like a complete creep. Literally, like, breathing hard, grabbing her hand, join my team. But, despite the bad introduction, recruit her he does. And the skill tree that she has, the Lucky Lady, which influences luck itself and drop rates of items.
And as we know from Konosuba, the luck skill is the best skill to have.
It is, exactly. So, Rouge is kind of cute. She's got a real complex about being useful, and she's paranoid about being kicked out if items don't drop from kills. However, Elmas just sees, overpowered skill tree, this is amazing. Come on, girl, we're going to go get some levels, and we're going to get you ranked up, you know? But also, because of your power, we're going to get all lots of loot. Let's go. So, episode 6 leaves off with them in a dungeon grinding levels and about to go after a particular enemy that looks like a frog made out of gold and diamonds. But that does lead me on to a nice little side topic, which is the dungeon themselves. They're kind of cool because they explain the existence of dungeons as part of the pantheon of gods idea. There was a supreme god in their world who dreamed everything into existence, including other gods, until eventually the other gods feared him and his power, sealing him away. Now all he can do is dream within the seal, and the dreams and nightmares that escape the seal break into reality as dungeons. Which is a cool explanation for them being so random, and why they're in a weird place in the world. So, as Zeno pointed out last time, this is I think it's a double core, or is it? It's a double.
Yeah, no, it's
season.
a double core.
So it explains that explains why the story is so slow at the start. But I think I'm actually going to stick with this for this season at least. I want to see where it actually gets to by episode 12 or 13, because the animation's still fairly solid, interestingly done. The 3D animation is used really well with comparison with the 2D, even if it can be a bit disorienting if you're not used to the movement. And the gamifying nature of it, in some ways, is just like the driving force of the main character. It's not like I have to go get to level 30 so I can rank up with the guild, but because if I don't rank up with the guild, I can't get further. And
Catch 22.
I have things to do. I have my own stuff to do, so I have to follow the rules, but I'm going to do it the best way I know how, because of my previous knowledge. And that's not really all that also intrusive. So, yeah. Acquired Taste 2. Unchanged from previous.
All right. Wow, and you got it in under 5 minutes, too. Incredible.
I mean, I do have a genuine question. Do you think that the way the narrative's going, this series would actually be better as a single core? Or, because that was my biggest complaint. It just felt like that they were treading old ground constantly, focusing more on the flashy animation style, which I was still undecided by at that point. Or do you think that or do you think that it needs the two cores?
With the pacing that it's got, I think it's going to be two cores. But I think that I can't help but feel that the pacing could be improved if it cut down on all the flashbacks and last times on. I think. Do you
think if they were to do that, do you think it would fall into one core, or do you think it would still have too much for one core?
That is probably why it's a two core, because I think this amount of padding is only possible because they've got enough material for something like 18 episodes.
Right.
18 or 19 episodes. And so they want to actually pad it to get it to the full 24. Or 26, however long they want to actually run it. And that, I think that's why there's all this padding at the start in these recaps, because they've, rather than condense it and crush the bits that they want to keep in the show, they've expanded it and padded it out to fill up the whole 2 seasons. Or the 2 cores. Yeah.
Cool. Should we move on?
Yes, absolutely. Who's going next?
So that was the Exiled. Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. Thaylien, pick who you want to go next.
Let's go left to right. Nasuth, you're up.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's do a Nasuth. New Samurai Troopers.
Excellent.
Samurai Troopers is making me a little sad. This was an acquired taste 4. It has actually dropped down to an acquired taste 3, and it might end up even lower by the end of the season. We'll see. I'm still enjoying it, but the fact that they're doing this whole the more this Divine World plot goes on, the more I feel like it's really straying from the roots Samurai Troopers tried so hard to preserve in the first half. It's starting to feel more like just spectacle, which is saying something given that the first one came in the old age of Sentai stuff, where you would Sentai Trooper stuff, that sort of thing, where they would reuse animation and it was all about the fights and all that sort of stuff. This is somehow even worse. But that said, I can't stop watching it either, even though I feel like it's slowly sliding into slop territory. And I'll try to explain that. So when we last left at the 3-episode mark, we'd found out that Ryusei, the guy on screen right now, didn't actually die at the end of the first half. He'd been teleported to the celestial world, the divine world, in order to help them in their new quest to wipe out humanity for some reason. There is one interesting bit. He initially was the one that got Guy to give up on being a demon and become human. And so now Guy is trying to do the same thing to Ryusei, to make sure that he remembers that he's human. And the thing is that, I started to suspect something at that point. That Ryusei is just playing along with the demon, or with the divine realm, to try and, work against them from the inside. And you know what? I was right, because that is the most obvious answer, and that is where this show is going.
All comes Razor.
Yeah. So now all the evil warlords that were working with the demon lord are in the human world, learning how to be human. They do actually do this in a kind of interesting way. They send them out to help with the evacuation, and because they're interacting with people at their most vulnerable, and the people are actually, happy to see them and thankful that they're helping, this sort of helps them realize, hey, humans actually aren't as bad as we were told. Meanwhile, the divine world, I don't know, it's mostly just the whole Ryusei thing, where he ends up showing that he's actually on the human side and he betrays one of the bad guys, but actually the bad guy planned for him to betray him, so he took that into account and didn't die because of it, and now he's convinced all the other Celestials that Ryusei is actually a bad guy, and not him. He's the actual bad guy. He's the actual one who's working against all the other Celestials, but he's convinced them that it's Ryusei instead. And if you'd set this up better, it might work, but this is just really badly done. And we never really had anything this blatant in the first series, in the original series. You did have the warlords change sides, and you did have one of the other bad guys that show up switch sides to join the good guys. But it wasn't just bam, 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 bam. They actually stretched it out a little to give you reason, to let you see the character slowly changing, not just hitting you with plot point after plot point without anything really, really good happening between it. Oh yeah, they also kill the current Green Ranger, or Green Trooper, for no really good reason. He just dies. It's mainly so they can get Ryusei back into that slot.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's a very bad, they handle the emotional part of the death properly, but the actual reason for the death is just awful. It's very cheap and badly done, cliche and badly done. But that said, they're now heading to the Divine World to take the fight to them, rather than waiting for them to attack again, much like how in the original series they went into the Demon Realm to take the fight to Arago. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, I'd rather go watch the original again, I think. But I'm too invested now to stop.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay. Ignore sunk cost fallacy.
Yes, there is no such thing as a sunk cost fallacy. So yeah, any questions? I don't know if I explained exactly how this is how it's starting to feel like slop.
Do you think you're going to start watching this?
No, I'm going to keep watching. Like I said, I'm too invested to stop now. There's only like 6 more episodes. I've got to keep going.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it is a shame that it's losing its quality. So
yeah,
I hope it rallies for a big finish for you.
So that was Yoroi-Shinden Samurai Troopers, or New Samurai Troopers. I guess that means it's Xeno's turn.
Yay, me.
Cat and the Dragon. This is one of your new ones, The Cat and the Dragon.
Yep, The Cat and the Dragon. So... Oh gosh, I need to...
Need to find it.
Hit the thing. No, I haven't actually... So I'm just going to quickly... grab the button to make my life easier. But so Cat and the Dragon. Where do I want to rank Cat and the Dragon?
Somewhere.
I think I want to give this a 4-star acquired taste. Right?
Ooh.
This is very well animated. It's slice of lifey, very fantasy, but it doesn't revolve around humans very much, right? It's a show that embodies prosperity, peace, and the all-round, hey, let's just get along. It's not such a bad thing for us to just get along, right? And I think it's a very wholesome show, but it is very much a sort of anthology show. Like, the stories very rarely are connected to each other. So each one episode is very much its own self-contained story. So the premise, as simple as it is, effectively, a mummy dragon is in the beginner forest and has put an egg in this cave. She's buried it underground, and she's also heated up the cave. She goes out, she goes to fly around the forest, not village, and unfortunately is nearly immediately taken out by some human adventurers. After a little while, a pregnant Kate Sith. I don't know if people say Cat Sith or Kate Sith, but I think it's pronounced Kate Sith.
I usually say Kate Sith.
Ends up using the cave as a spot that she can give birth to her own young, her own litter. In doing so, the magic that is permeating the air, or permeating from her, ends up allowing the dragon to hatch. And she ends up mothering the dragon. She ends up looking after the dragon. She becomes a foster mother. They don't actually know that he is a dragon at all. But they know he's not a cat, right? So often he is referred to as like winged uncle and things like this. But so I think it's after a year or maybe 6 months of them getting some basic training from their mum, she ends up getting transported away. She's summoned by a human, right? And the other cats slowly grow up, and that they leave the cave, and the dragon's kind of left there, still quite young as a dragon, on his own. And then more cats turn up to do literally the same thing, to give birth, to nurture the cats as a safe place, and he grows up more and more and more. And at one point in time, the humans are attacking the Kate Sith, and they're sort of like, they're not hunting them for food. They're not, they're
monsters and they must be destroyed.
No, they're hunting them for their furs, right?
Oh, okay.
And the dragon goes wild, right? And he flies to the human city and starts attacking the crap out of it. And he's about to murderize a bunch of humans when a cat comes out and is protecting its little girl master, right? And he stops and basically says, if you dare attack any cats in the forest, I will be back and I will finish you off, right? So, and then it becomes like a hard staple rule. Humanity's not trying to outdo the dragon. The humanity doesn't think that it can do better than, take on a dragon. Humanity's like, yeah, we ain't going near cats again, right? So humanity learns its lesson.
It's a pretty simple ask, to be honest.
Yes, but it's also quite a telling story when you have, and the humanity's like, no, you can't tell us what to do. No, dragon told, humans listened. So, but this is all the first episode, right? And effectively, each subsequent episode follows a different cat in the generations of cats. And, you see their interaction with humans hell of a lot. You see how humans are struggling in various different shapes of, magic school, being a prince, being an adventurer, being someone that looks after an orphanage. Like, there's so many different ways of telling the story. And the fact that the voice actor for the dragon is the Japanese voice actor for Dio is quite awesome in and of itself.
He's been getting a lot of work lately.
Well, both the English Japanese and the Japanese, English, But the key thing is that the story is super wholesome, super chill, and it is very much a story of, can't we all just get along?
So it's 1001 Nights, but instead of Near East stories, it's cat stories.
I don't know what 1001 Nights is.
Oh,
1001 Arabian Nights. That's the
Arabian
story
Nights
that Aladdin comes from.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Where like a woman is, I think it's a woman, is she, in order to like stave off being executed, she tells this king, whatever, sheik, I think, stories to like for 1001 Nights, and he lets her live.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Scheherazade, that's the one.
Yeah, she had 1,000 tales, and Alibaba had 40 thieves. That was from the song. They even referenced it.
So it's a really good series. I question whether or not Nasuth would actually genuinely like it. I think he might.
I might.
Yeah, like, you don't typically like slice of life stuff, but you do really like wholesome stuff and cats.
It's not just that. I think that this is more. This sounds like more than just slice of life. It sounds like slice of culture. Like you're seeing the culture of this world, not just.
I suppose, yeah.
Because that's sort of what's carrying me through Jobless Reincarnation right now. We'll get to that later.
Ooh, okay. Right. Well, I'm done.
All right. So
that's the cat and the dragon.
All right, Thaylien, your next one.
Spin it.
Mebius
Dust. Okie dokie. So, this has gone up a little. It was an acquired taste 3. It's now an acquired taste 4. Because the stakes of this show has been reinforced quite a lot now. In episode 4, a stronger team of kids joins the experiments, and the stress on our protagonist with the predictive powers is only intensified. I was incorrect on one thing. The ghost girl visiting him is actually a ghost boy who has had their entire body replaced by one of these Ramesses. But this kid has been undermining Araki, our protagonist, the entire time. The kind of gaslighting that goes, everyone thinks you're useless, so I'm the only one that really cares. And it's caused him to fall into a lot of depression, especially when they lose against this more powerful team. He blames himself for not being able to predict things better, but he also blames his team for not listening to him. He's being driven by this desire to get out of this zone and start his life over, believing that his life is basically useless inside the crystal's range. depression, gaslighting, making him doubt his place. So everything seems to be going wrong for him at the moment. And on the other side of things, episode 5 gives us a more in-depth dive into the idea of what happens if someone with a Rammus leaves the reach of the dust from the crystal above. We are actually shown the story of a boy that had mostly...
right. I just remembered what the Rammus even is. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry, it's these. It's cool. Their powers, but it.
Yeah.
So, there's a boy that he decided he wanted to go to a particular high school no matter what. He was so determined that he walked straight across the border that was open at the time. It's now closed, and his entire left side dissolved into thin air.
Ooh.
Apparently, he initially survived this. And regular people tried to bring him back across the border, but his Rammus didn't come back, so he didn't make it. It gives some of the characters who seem very standoffish in these experiments much more depth. The person that's telling the story, for example, has a Rammus that's replaced her entire lungs from her throat down. She never runs out of breath as long as there's dust. She can breathe anywhere, even underwater or in a vacuum. And she literally has difficulty sleeping because of dark thoughts of what happens if dust just goes away while she's asleep and she never gets to wake up. So there's a whole side to this show that they're exploring there. And it's driving many of these kids to take part in the experiments as much out of fear and desperation as the desire to test their limits or win the competition. I mean, as for the main show, episode 6 leaves us off with a little bit more of the competition. But focusing on the character building, with Araki helping out the leader of another team, who is a really stand-up guy, or dog. He's a Shiba Inu. It's a bit of slice of life in this episode with minor superpowered shenanigans. But in the background of all of this, at least one person is having some strange dreams, where there are circumstances that may have been very different to the way they believed to be. Only glimpses, and it would take a lot of time to explain the context. So for now, all I'm going to really say is that the protagonist, Araki, slept through an alarm at 3 a.m. And now suddenly his sister is remembering things from before the Mebius meteor arrived. Anyway, there's lots to unpack in this show, but it's a little slow on the progress towards getting them out of the zone. So I'm guessing the whole season is going to be more around the action of this and exploring the characters. It's definitely worth the watch so far, and I really want to see where it goes.
What did you give this? Acquired Taste 4?
Yes, up from a 3. Hello, cat. Back again.
Yeah, I think I really need
to. You're going to stay or are you going to go again? Yeah. So, any questions? I mean, this has high points and low points. Everything from people evolving their powers on the fly to, Dragon Ball Z, a competition bit, to wholesome moments where whole teams come together to support their leaders or, something else.
I genuinely think this is one that I want to check out myself.
It sounds a lot like
probably
Charlotte.
After the season.
Really?
Not as good,
no,
but a lot like it.
No, I feel like the potential of Charlotte is certainly there, but it feels to me that when it comes to this, it's more of a disaster, right? Whereas Charlotte's very much a hush-hush. We got to keep mutants from being known by the general public. It's that kind of thing. Try to put a lid on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I want to watch this one when the season's over.
Yeah, if I give it a good review at the end of the season. Yeah. But if it lets me down, ratings may change.
Oh, find out.
All right. So that was Mebius Dust. Maybe Mebius Dust. Stuff for me.
Nasuth's watching.
Jaadugar.
Hey, Yadagar, Witch in Mongolia.
I don't know if it's Yadagar or Jaadugar. I'm not sure.
That's very good.
Either way,
I might have to look that up.
Either way, it's good. This was a must-watch 2. It's actually gone up even more. It's a must-watch 4 now. One of the things I love... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me bring my mic a little closer. I forgot I moved it away. one of the things I love about history is that, fiction can often be predictable. Again, just look at Samurai Troopers, where I totally guessed, what was going on with the double agent stuff. But but history has no obligation to follow narrative devices or cliches. If anything, it is what sets the cliches. And a really interesting historical story will often mirror a lot of those cliches because, again, that's where they come from. But that doesn't always mean you'll know what's going to happen next. And that's how I feel about this. So I'm gonna call our main character Fatima from here on out because that's the name she's kind of adopted for herself. Her real name is Shtara, or Star, but she adopts Fatima because that's the name of the mother figure who got killed. So the prince who killed her mother and stole the book, the whole reason that she's still hanging around here, may not have understood the importance of the book, but his wife definitely does. She's also not Mongolian by birth, and she understands that the Mongols are powerful, and while they have a lot of technology of their own, it's sort of to built around tents and horses and all that stuff, they don't really have the basics that is in stuff like the elements, and they're going to need that in the future if they're going to hang on as an empire. And so she understands that. That's why she so badly wants to study this and pass it on to the rest of the people. And the thing is that while this is admirable, it makes Fatima hate her even more because this woman doesn't know how bloodstained this book is, what the real importance is to it in it beyond just the knowledge. And all she can do is smile and praise her because if she wants any chance of getting this book back, she's got to stay on their good side. We also get to see some of the other work she and the other slaves do, picking dung for other use. They put these dung into these big vats. I'm not sure what they do with the dung after that. It's probably some kind of fertilizer, but who knows? It might even be... Oh, no, wait, shit. Didn't the Mongols, dry it and use it for fuel for fires? That might be a thing. I'm not sure. Either way, helping train horses, cleaning... intestines from freshly slaughtered animals. All the others, after 3 years, all the slaves are starting to acclimate. And even worse, they're starting to forget. They're no longer thinking about their homelands anymore because, well, this is home now. Except Fatima. She's the only one who can keep this hatred burning in her heart. But she still learned most of their traditions, and she's now fluent in their language. And but you can still tell that hate is still deep in there. It's about this time they get a visit from Genghis Khan. It's his last visit before dying and leaving most of his vast nation and army to the prince we've been following so far, at least until a new emperor can be chosen by the other clan chiefs. We skip ahead another 8 years. And we have a brief interlude about halal slaughtering practices as she reflects on how different things are here, where they don't do that, and how, despite her best efforts, she's gotten used to eating meat that hasn't been bled the way that halal slaughtering practices demand. It's also been 8 years since she vowed to get the book back, but she still hasn't found a way to do it, which is also frustrating her. We get the coronation. It's not the prince that we've been following; it's one of his brothers. The wife of the... this is probably getting a little convoluted, me trying to give all these relationships but without names. The woman who she's teaching the book to is worried that between the emperor and her husband, the third brother is going to start driving a wedge between them and try to shove this other brother, the one we've been following, out of favor. And so she wants Fatima to go spy for her, get into the third brother's like court, and become a spy for her. Instead, she somehow gets taken in by the new Khan's wife, who is as infuriated with the Mongols as she is, for different reasons, but still has that hate. Understands that after all this time with them, you almost want to forgive them because of like the other slaves have been doing, but that she can't and she won't, and so they've decided now that they're going to work together to do something. And that's kind of where we've left off. It's really like we get to hear the queen's story, the new Khan's or the Khan's wife, and it is definitely tragic. But we also get to see like one of the other things I love about this is we get to see so much culture. Like I said, we get to talk about the halal practices versus the Mongolian practices. We get to see this woman's culture before the Mongols wiped them all out. It's just I love this stuff. It's really interesting. So if you want a good history with a lot of culture in it, definitely check out Jaadugar. I think it's really getting on par
with King Arthur's Britain.
No, God, no. I really think this is getting on par with Orb on Movements of the Earth.
Does it have a dub?
I don't think so. I don't know if it'll have one. No, wait, it does. It does have a dub. Yes, because I watched it. I watched the dub for the second three, or the 4 through 6. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right. So now it's Xeno's turn again.
Kaiju girl, Caramelise.
Caramel.
To which I actually recently discovered it's actually Caramelizer. Not but right. What did I give this last time?
Definitely A rating.
To this?
So I gave this Acquired Taste 5. Right, okay.
Yes, you did.
So I am actually going to be knocking this down a smidge. Right? This falls to an Acquired Taste 4. Right?
Okay.
Not a massive drop, but a drop nonetheless. The series has such amazing potential in terms of being both a romance and either action, comedy, what variation thereof, because of the whole kaiju element. However, one of episodes 5 and 6, the narrative takes a very sharp turn and starts focusing on another character that kind of is depicting the wrong story, I think. So, bit of a spoiler, but effectively they start talking about makeup and things like this. Okay, that's something that girls are interested in, and in all honesty, very few shows directly tackle this as a topic. But one of the episodes in question heavily refers to makeup as the be-all and end-all of who you should be. So you shouldn't be the person you are, you should hide yourself behind makeup. And that's kind of a sour pill to swallow, especially in these sorts of like what are trying to be wholesome shows. However, it is a very real pill that a lot of girls have to swallow, right? And I kind of appreciate it on that level. So, well, I mean, like if you think about it in terms of school situations, like you get a lot of bullying going on due to the outward aesthetic of girls, so on and so forth, from other girls. And I can appreciate that being a driving factor of this part of the narrative. However, the follow-up episode does actually kind of resolve this as it doesn't matter what you look like, it's how you behave, it's how you act. And I think that when characters like this end up getting bullied in middle school, when you get to like high school sort of level, a lot of these characters form the relationships of comrades because they have also suffered similar treatment, right? I don't know how best to describe this apart from when I was at university and there were so many, weebs and otaku there and things like this. I didn't feel a sense of belonging in any part of my education more than I did at university, right? Because we're all like individuals, and I think that's
the only people that go to university are the people that want to like learn stuff, not the people that are forced to go to school.
Yeah. And I think that's the second half of this story, is the fact that, everyone has their blemishes, it's all about who you are as a person. And that did have its redeeming quality. The 7th episode is very, very different. But still, it's kind of surprising how many characters have not put 2 and 2 together. And it's like, come on, can we please have someone
when Clark Kent takes off his glasses, you just can't tell he's Superman, I'm sorry.
Yes, but he has hypno glasses. We know this.
I think there was one that said he could control the muscles of his face enough that he could change the shape of his face slightly, to make it look different.
Quite possibly, but for everyone's benefit, that canonically, in I think the Golden Age or the Silver Age, Clark Kent had hypno glasses, which meant that people couldn't, genuinely tell, because he was brainwashing everyone to think that he wasn't Superman. But still, it's just like, I mean, come on, put 2 and 2 together for freak's sake. Anyway, right.
Okay, so is it comedic? Is it comedic in how they can't tell that she's the
it's too Kaiju? Frustrating. It gets frustrating.
Is it supposed to be comedic?
No, I don't think it is. But at the same time, all the characters seem to be clever enough, with the exception of this one bloody thing. I think the series still has a lot of potential. Whether or not it's actually going to round out and have a proper, ending by the 12 episode or 13 episode mark, I genuinely don't know. But I'm certainly still keeping on with it, and I think it's going to be easy enough for it to regain that one lost star.
Okay.
So,
fair enough.
That's right. Kaiju Girl Caramelise.
Alrighty. Do I speak? The world's strongest rearguard. I knew it would pick one of my bad ones. So, world's strongest rearguard is unchanged from previous. It's still a nothing special 4-star.
And yet you're still watching it.
Yeah. Oh, balance
special can still be fun.
Although not enough of either to change the score. The party formation progresses. The goals are now set for the short-term future of their team, and their exploits have landed them with an upgraded living arrangement and some better gear. We're introduced in this sequence of 3 episodes to more of the party and more of their foibles. The girl they've rescued at the end of the 3rd episode joins the party with the role of gambler, which means she can, affect luck. Which is,
she can lose all her money.
Is one of the best. Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, her best friend is the Shrine Maiden girl, who is an archer and can sense spirits, and they gain a new frontliner in the more experienced adventurer girl, who has a cursed sword she can't unequip, that turns her into a berserker if she gets blood on her. So it's an expanded party. There is a really weird sequence in this show that I'm sure is the author's poorly veiled fetish.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, because Arahito is sleeping on the sofa, basically, for the last time in their smaller room, but turns over so he's facing the room that the girls are sleeping in, which wakes them all up because of his buffs, hitting them.
Yeah.
Passively. So this excess of vitality that his passive skill gives them seems to make them very affectionate towards him. And they spend a bit of time with the sleeping man just touching his hair, or his hands, or even his bare chest before they all agree they've had enough time for cuddles and they want to go back to sleep. And even weirder is a side character, a woman they hire, a married woman, to open one of the item boxes that they found that has a curse on it. She seems to get an almost ecstatic joy from opening the cursed chest without activating the curse. And it actually genuinely made me a little uncomfortable to watch. But on the other hand, for all this, the actual adventure and teamwork does seem to be good, with Araki's support and the different girls all having different skills that they're slowly leveling up. There's even a feature that his support does where a person reaches the peak of morale, they get a limit break attack, which is part of the gamifying nature of this. And Araki's support passively gives them morale over time. The skills can be really interesting, like creating clones of everybody in the party so their attacks double up, or getting life gain from damage. And, after it creates some very interesting dynamics in the fights. After playing a lot of D&D recently, I'm kind of enjoying that aspect of having these character moments. Episode 6 sees them progressing through a difficult dungeon, and naturally they find an attractive woman sealed up at the end of it in a coffin. Because of course it's that kind of show. She's an automaton and has lost some of her important components over time. And even more super special of her, she's supposed to be a replica of a hidden god. Okay? So she would have the powers of one if she had all her pieces, all her components. And if they help her, they basically show that they believe in this hidden god, and this will anger all the other gods of this world, because how dare you not believe in the real gods of this world? How dare you believe in a hidden god? With that said, of course, they decide to screw with the system and help this strange woman they've only just met. So this is probably where the rest of the season is going to go, finding her missing components and dodging the wrath of other gods. All in all,
would you say that they're going to game the system?
Oh, almost certainly. He's going to use character exploits and things in his support skills to do that. All in all, this isn't really a good show, but it's a good filler between the other shows. I've been watching it when everything else is done, and that's fine. I mean, it's not recommended overall, but if you have literally all of the time in the world, and and you've watched all the good shows this season, there's way worse than this out there. And if you happen to like isekai harem anime in the first place, then it's another one to add to your list.
I mean, I like to watch a lot of hot flaming garbage, but I mean, if you're giving it
Jobless Reincarnation's enough flaming hot garbage for me this season.
This isn't flaming hot garbage. It's just kind of not
it's simmering.
It's
warm.
It's been thrown out. It's in the bin, but it hasn't baked in the sun yet.
Just not okay. Anyway.
That was the world's strongest heavy knight knows how to game the Rearguard. No, wait. Sorry, no. World's strongest Rearguard.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Elegy for the Henchmen. Ooh. Fist of the North Star. This is gonna be an easy one. This is gonna be an easy, fast one. No change. Like still Card Case 5. Because it's funny. Yeah, it's hilarious. Really, really, really funny. But you do have to at least know a little bit about Fist of the North Star in order to get some of the jokes. So I'm just gonna tell you about the 3 episodes. The first one is a health checkup time. Hilariously, one of them thinks it sounds like some kind of martial arts tournament. which is just, it's funny. It's really funny. The joke here is that the kid doesn't meet any of the stats of the others, except having better teeth. They also measure their height, including the mohawk. So,
oh my God.
It's very, very important to have a nicely teased mohawk. Along with all of them fighting over who's tallest, only to have someone beat them all when his head comes flying off after an encounter with Kenjiro. Yep.
Being alive
head reaches
is not being alive is not a criteria, apparently.
No. Well, he was alive when he got there, but then his head exploded. Then his body like contorted, it got taller, and then his head popped off, and it was just like, yeah.
For a while, he was the tallest.
Yeah. Next episode, our main character wants to go home. I mean, apparently I actually didn't realize this. To find out later, it's only been 2 months since he joined the army, but he wants to go home. They threaten that if he goes AWOL, they'll burn down his whole village. And to make sure that he doesn't go AWOL, they send 2 other people with him. Of course, he expects them to be awful the whole time and stick out like a sore thumb, but they are, in fact, incredibly polite. They don't even kill anyone, and they even do a callback to the episode where they talk about pouring water on their heads when they raid a village because his mother offers them water, and they all go, yeah, and pour it on their heads. It's fucking hilarious. Even when some other bandits show up and attack, they even drive them off while saying it's our village. I don't know why there's a black screen in there, but it's just, it's so funny. So yeah, as I said, it's only been 2 months since he joined. This is the next episode. It feels like it has to have been at least a year, but apparently not. They finally figured out that encountering the thick eyebrowed guy means they're likely to explode, and he's apparently headed their way. Which means this episode explains why they all have such odd and unique death sounds before exploding. Because they talk about it. They're like, why does he go Ababi before exploding, or Atachi, or whatever, which devolves into them all choosing their own death phrases so that they can bloom like a flower before death.
Oh my God.
But the next time it happens, the poor guy can't get it out. In the end, he couldn't die with style. Yeah, this show is just, it's just funny. It's nothing serious. I mean, they're only 4-minute episodes, including intro and outro. There's nothing serious about this. It's a lot like how, imagine Lower Decks were only 4-minute episodes. It's that level of, we understand the source material so well that we can make fun of it in interesting ways. It's that level of funny.
A proper parody. But
I imagine you have no questions.
The official people.
Yeah.
So, this just sounds so much fun. And it is a short episode, so
yeah, I would wait.
Question.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I think my only question to you is: do you ever feel like that was really good? I hate. No. I have no. Stop it! Right,
it's a song.
Do you feel like after you've watched an episode, that was really good? However, I wish there was more.
I mean, yeah, but only because it's funny. Like, I don't ever feel like I'm missing something by not having more. They always tie the episode up nice and neatly on a good joke. Right.
So it's never like, it doesn't end on like the absolute peak. It ends gracefully per episode. That's I think it
ends on a punchline, but it leaves you wanting more, which is the right way to do it, I think.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. So that was Elegy for the Henchmen, Fist of the North Star, or Elegy for the Henchmen of Keno's army, either one. All right, Zeno, now it's your turn.
I have a turn. The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Right?
No, you missed one. You missed one, really. It's 5 movies.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought I did 5.
No, you did 4.
Oh, okay. So last time I gave this an acquired taste 3-star for one
you went
character.
Down, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, for one character who I am so glad has gotten sidelined so
was that
damn
the cousin
hard.
one?
It was.
Yeah.
Right?
Can't believe I remember that.
She still exists. So this is going up to an acquired taste 4-star. Right? If you like this level of humor, the show very much returns to its stereotypical status quo, with more stories involving older characters and newer characters getting entire episodes. I think one of the things that was a real letdown in the start of the series was the fact that they took one episode's worth of new character and had to split it over 2 episodes because the introduction of the cousin would have killed the show, right?
Yes.
I think no one would have gotten past the first episode had they, I think they carefully, cleverly decided we need to let people come accustomed to, so they broke it up over 2 episodes because I do genuinely think they were taking shots at it the entire time during the course of the episode, saying like, this is going to end us, this is the end of the show, this is going to kill our career and everything. And I think they knew the dice they were rolling, so they did the best they could. The rest of the show, however, remains really good. They actually have a dance number which is surprisingly well animated, and has often been compared to another show that came out a few seasons back where it's actually a dance anime and horribly CG. We have a character who's really wholesome. She is the country girl sort of thing. So she goes away and she actually likes to take care of nature. And, she's quite a large girl. So she actually walks around the farm on stilts. So she doesn't crush any of the plants or anything. They then introduce a character that is obsessed with giving massages. And this is where the depravity kind of returns. So the series is very good. It is very funny, but I think genuinely they may have been better off stopping after 2 seasons.
Oh.
So right. I'm still continuing to watch it.
Yeah. Your current rating then it has to be...
Huh?
I think I might have misheard you. What your current rating then has to be, because you gave it a lower rating last time around. So
yeah, no, it's a quiet taste 4-star.
Yeah, he's still enjoying it. Yeah, it went up because the cousin character is no longer a focus.
Back up. Yep. I said I think I misheard you when you were talking about it before.
So yes, I still enjoy the show, but I think that I do not know how much more of this could carry forward. Right? With the likes of Konosuba, there is a lot of the humor that it just explores so much. But with a show like this, which is just like, how many different types of girlfriends can you categorize the audience? I mean,
how many is he up to now?
I literally scrolled past a meme earlier because I brought one last time with the there's so many cute protagonists this season. Wait, Rentaro, no.
I saw that.
Somebody's done a variation of that one, except it's all the hentai girls. Wait, Rentaro, no.
Anyway, but I think he's either 16 or 17 at this point.
Well, you gotta have a lot more seasons then. You gotta get to 100.
I don't think the manga's finished yet. I mean, at one point in time during the show, they actually make a joke about the gang going to help the author.
Oh my god.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know if it's just Rentaro or if it's the whole group, but effectively Rentaro turns up at their house and the whole thing is mosaicked except for him. Right? I am not kidding. The bookshelves, the graphics tablet, the seat, everything is mosaicked apart from him.
What the fuck?
No.
Yeah. I was like, you didn't have to help me. Yeah, but you've created this lovely anime. And yeah, it's hilarious. Anyway, that's 100 Girlfriends. I genuinely enjoy the show, but I can see how plenty of people wouldn't.
You enjoy the show, but even you are starting to feel like it's wearing out its welcome.
A bit, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now it's spin me.
Whee! Right round, baby. Right round.
Oh,
Skeleton Knight.
Okay, this one's also an unchanged. It's my current must-watch 2-star. Because the fun continues with a short diversion for 2 episodes to solve the mystery of disappearing elves. Basically, even though elven slavery has now been ended in the kingdom, and we've seen Ark and company going around rooting out the last of it, people are still going to take advantage. A merchant from another kingdom, one who's a real dick under the surface, managed to marry a lovely heiress in the country. This was so he could act as a mine under her father's house that contained a rare crystal. He could export it back to his own kingdom. And while the heiress was kind and generous, the merchant was not to be arranged to have his wife disappeared into the depths of the mines while he publicly mourned her, and in her honour set up a place as an elf sanctuary where he would supposedly arrange their travel home in secret ways so that other people wouldn't capture them.
Because there's still a lot of elf refugees in these countries, and the countries don't want to help them get home.
Yes, exactly. In reality, he was having them work the mines until they collapsed, and then using their bodies as experiments into making undead warriors. Very nice of him, right? Luckily, Ariane and her sister went undercover and brought in Ark the second they had their suspicions raised. They even found Chiyomi, where had snuck in to find them when they went down into the mines. So one battle with the undead, with some guards, and then a gigantic crystal titan later. The whole thing was exposed, and the surviving elves could return home safely. And from there, Ariane's sister was able to leave.
Don't forget using an earth spell underground.
Yes, he's prone to that. He does not think his spells through.
No,
like earthquake spells underground is not a good one. So Ariane's sister was able to leave while Ark, Ariane, and Jeremy made their way into the mountains at last to find the sacred spring to cure him.
Before we move on from that plot point, I have a feeling somehow that mine, that guy doing all the stuff with the elves in the mine, some part of me makes me feel like that's connected to the Lord and his elven wife that we saw earlier. They're like so in love. Something just feels wrong about that.
The one with his father that's like up to evil machinations.
Yeah. So I believe his father's up to evil machinations still, but that's the thing. I believe that the other kingdom is using that crystal as the means that they're controlling the monsters with. But the only reason they're getting as far as they are is because of help from the old king and other things, other minions in the area.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, more shenanigans ensue even when they reach the place with the secret spring. Since Ark accidentally steps on the tail of a dragon, and a fight that had to be stopped by pitching Ponta into the middle of it to get the Dragon Lord's attention. Like, no! Which is adorable. I still love Ark as a character. He's just so happy to be here, and finally finding the spring to break his supposed curse does initially result in some success, and in some impressive muscles, gotta say. Well done. But he seems to have like a heart attack and passes out and reverts back to a skeleton. So, of course, it's then instead likened to heat exhaustion from the hot springs, and Ariane cares for him while Chiyomi used the time to build a hidden village for her people. These are all the ones that
with the dragon's blessing,
and she, with the dragon's blessing, because this is actually the original home of the isekai guy that founded Chiyomi's clan, their ninja clan.
Yeah.
And so Chiyomi builds up a village there with her, with all the people that Ark rescued in the first part of the season, in the first season. I think watching Chiyomi convincing Ariane that a kiss will wake up arc was also
that scene was amazing.
Yes, especially when he woke up before she could kiss him and she fireballed him out of embarrassment. That's just peak isekai silliness. And episode 6 ends with Ark not being able to break his curse because his body in this world got overloaded by all the experiences he had as a skeleton, like coming in at once. So that his body returned to wherever the curse has sent it. But the mighty Goemon, animal-eared ninja, has returned to the show where we can only expect more manly shenanigans to come because of him sharing the brain cell with Ark.
Oh, I also like that more people are getting comfortable with Ark as a skeleton. Like, the sister was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Out of interest, do you think that the theory of what
the dragon said about his body, do
you think that this is 100% fact, or do you think that there is going to be some variation on? Because I'll be honest, I didn't like how
it was described.
No, just how neatly accurate it is. Like, surely you would want to do some experiments here. Surely you want to do some testing.
So I believe that this is a story-based plot point for Ark specifically, because that was his character when he came here, was that he was searching for a way to break his curse, right? And it's overlapping with the isekai bullshit. So he is an isekai person. He's a soul in this body. Right.
Oh yes, he was even amazed that the restored body didn't even look like himself. He didn't realize that he wasn't in his own body anymore.
Yes, so he has an isekai body.
Yeah,
a body that he was going to go into, but it's been set up for him by this whatever system that gave him the skeleton body. So it's the integration of him as an isekai person with the body, and it needs him to complete the story that he made up for his character before it'll work. He can't use any shortcuts like the healing springs or anything. He has to actually complete his story.
Maybe.
I will say though, I did genuinely love the progression of episode 6, because I thought, are we still gonna be is it going to be like the end of the season before he actually gets to the spring? So I'm actually really, really happy that it was the halfway point.
Yeah.
Yes. There's more to come, more silliness, more shenanigans. And Goemon is back, so honestly they can bounce the brain cell between them, which is going to be hilarious.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant, though, that they knocked him out and then they built the whole village instead of like, we're going to hang around while you're building the village. No. Montage. Yeah. I thought it was very.
I absolutely loved it. I was watching the English dub of this one. I absolutely loved when the sister pulled off his helmet and he just goes. So funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He goes to the hot springs. He takes off his helmet to get in the hot springs, and then he goes, "Well, I'm actually a little bit modest," and he actually covers up and crosses his knees like a little girl.
Yeah.
I hate that I enjoyed this Hot Springs episode. No, it was really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Let's go.
That was Skeleton Knight. Yep.
If you couldn't tell, it's one that all three of us are watching at the same time.
Yes, Skeleton Knight and Another World, Season 2. Which means I have all the good ones left. Nothing but good ones. The Ghost in the Shell. The one that I didn't actually take notes for because we were watching.
You're going to get it.
Well, no. Me and Zeno and Laws watched them all together. We've been watching these weekly, and I don't take notes when I watch it with them. So I'm just gonna have to vibe my way through this. Pretty sure I gave it a must-watch 3 last time. I think I'm actually going to give it a must-watch 4. Zeno, you're probably going to have to help me with this review, which is fine by me.
Sure.
What was the general through line of this? Was it all getting to the culminating in the fight we saw in the warehouse? Was it warehouse?
No,
that was one episode.
No, it's very much a case of it's still
an anthology.
Yeah, we've not really had much more in terms of... I was going to say the Laughing Man. It's not the Puppet Master, but I think that's to return. Obviously, a lot of time is progressing, and I like the fact that the characters are seeing lots in terms of not only personal development, but also prosthetic development, right? The fact that Motoko ends up in episode 6 with brown hair. Ooh, brown hair, ooh. No, actually, it's when you've got a lot of these shows, a lot of the time, the character designs, let alone the clothes, just do not change.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
We also see that the politics side of this is very heavily on the more corporate espionage. Like, you know, it's companies and profiteering, like even corrupt military officials that are profiteering off of this.
Crony capitalism kind of thing.
Yeah, it's there is a through line, but as much as there is a through line for the original standalone complex.
Right. Yeah, it's been really interesting. I love the culture that they're building, you know, with the different cyberizations. Yeah, I loved that she had girlfriends in an earlier episode, and then in episode 6 she had a boyfriend, because why not? Who cares?
For 7 months. 7 months. She's been dating a guy for 7 months.
Yeah.
Who happens to be a member of Section 1 while she's a member of Section 9. So there's there's a little bit of tension there, but they're having a good time anyway.
Xeno thinks that relationship's over after the events of episode 6, but I don't know. I think they might still be together.
It probably is. It probably is, but that's...
I mean, she did throw a knife into his shoulder. So, I don't know if you can come back to that.
When your partner knifes you because you're trying to shoot her, that's probably not a good thing.
I don't think he would have shot her, though.
It was actually her.
I don't think he would have shot her, and I don't think she knew that.
Well, no, it's not just that, but I think it's a case of she would realize that this is a very complex situation where if they had to go after another section again, right?
Yeah.
Because of misinformation or manipulation of the facts or what have you, it's a really dirty situation to be in. Do they kill the person that they potentially love? Or do they go rogue and go against Section 9? So it's, I think that's the legitimate reason why she would actually not continue going down that path. It's not like, oh, you fell out of love now, okay, bye. It's very much a case of like, this is too complicated. It's don't shit where you eat.
Not that it was Section 1's fault, but you know.
Yeah. So what continues to impress me are the little things, right? We get back playing Cyberpunk 2077. Okay, finding that their graveyard is basically a series of walls with little niches in it that you put the ashes of the person into, and you're lucky to get even that if you don't have the money for it. It's similar here. So we see the little part of the world where one of their agents gets killed, and Bato and Motoko go to give their commiseration to the family and visit the grave. And it's in a high-rise. It's in a high-rise building. They take a lift to get up there. And the mother and younger brother are there. The younger brother actually smacks the flowers out of the hand and stamps on them because he's angry. It's a very human interaction. And there's no words. You just see it play out while there's a voice of something else.
Oh God, Bato's reaction to that whole situation was incredible.
It was, but actually, Bato is such a little shit as well, because we had the little foreshadowing in one of the episodes where the Fujikoma all say, hey, we want natural oil. We demand natural oil. Bato gives his Fujikoma natural oil. And Bato goes, it's not proof against anything. It doesn't do well in cold, and you'll get ants.
Yeah.
You want ants? That's how you get ants. And so what happens when they go to the far north? Bartos Fujikoma isn't able to rappel down a wall because
it freezes up.
Keeps freezing up. And there's no, told you so. It just happens, and he has to deal with it. And if it ever came up, that's exactly what would go wrong. Or when they're facing off against a guy that's known to leave explosives in places. But literally disassembles his entire rental car because he's worried it's going to it's going to be booby trapped, and returns it to the guy on a flatbed.
I don't think it's a rental car. I think it's like a company car. It's like an office car.
Oh, yeah, it's an agency car, and he returns it to the garage with on a flatbed.
Yeah,
but
taking the whole
there's also. Did you guys catch it? Did you guys catch Annapuma and Unipuma from Dominion Tank Police?
Yes.
I thought it was.
That was confirmed. Yeah.
Yes, it's them.
That was actually legit confirmed.
Tank Police. Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. Yeah, this show is amazing. It's still not
so worth.
It's still not the Ghost in the Shell you're used to, but it is really good.
Yeah. Motoko and Bato are little shits, and the director is actually
politics is amazing.
Way more involved in keeping his people safe.
I feel that Motoko is really growing over the episodes. Like she is, she was like this bratty mercenary character at the very, very start, but she is now appearing more and more like the Motoko from Standalone Complex, which I think is an amazing growth and depiction.
Yeah. I think Bato is getting the same way, and even Togusa is slowly learning to actually be a decent agent.
Yeah. So think about the scene with her catching that guy in the far north. She goes invisible and then fools the floor sensors, so he doesn't know where she is. He thinks that she's still in the room, but no, she pieced out and left and went out into the corridor, knowing that this guy would make a break for it. So he jumps into his his main body, jumps out of hiding, and runs for the door, only to be met by her just literally around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like, there you are. So he just thought she was still in there hiding from him.
We also found out the difference between Fujikomas and Tachikomas. Fujikomas are essentially body armor, just really, really cool ass body armor that can move independently. And Tachikomas are tanks, like actual tanks.
Yeah. Yes. We did in fact see one of them. It was impressive.
I loved when the Fujikoma dived into its brain and picked up something, but then couldn't remember what it was when it came back out.
I think it's because it's actually like a clone of their personality or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
Because you're... No, I'm... Wait. So, yeah. All right. This show has so many layers. Love it.
Yeah. All right. Moving on from the Ghost in the Shell. Young ladies don't play fighting games.
Right, okay, so...
Or do they?
This show has gotten better. I've got to find it first, hold on. What's the icon? That one. There it is. Right, okay. This show has gotten better to some degree. I still take umbrage with the fact that you can't have any form of technology at the school. It's still, but I now understand the more addictive nature of why our main character White Lily, or one of our main characters White Lily, is constantly wanting to play Street Fighter 6. Right, so. To give my rating first, I think last time I gave it an acquired taste 3. Yes, I did. This time I'm sticking with an acquired taste 3. Yeah. So it's very solid, standing its ground. It could have been better, but the way it was going, it looked like it was going to be so much worse. The animation is still fantastic, still very, very gorgeous. I've already made my comments about not liking a technology-free school. Like, no technology for you. It just feels, in this day and age, it just feels wrong. But that's neither here nor there.
Do they allow them to have technology in Hogwarts? No, I don't think so, Zeno.
That's going to just make me hate the show even harder. I mean, I'm just like... but they're allowed magic.
To have wands. Yeah.
Yes. You know, they're allowed magic and they're allowed
pencils, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
magic
I think there's a slight...
right for you.
I think there's a slight step up between what's called a pencil and a tablet or a phone or a calculator. Anyway,
I still don't understand why they didn't get guns at Hogwarts. They're chemical. They're mechanical and chemical. They're like a train.
Well, apparently they don't need to teach maths or English or history at Hogwarts, so it's fine. Anyway, that's besides the point. We're not here to rant about Harry Potter and how stupid the setting is. We're here to talk about young ladies don't play fighting games. And the interesting thing is we actually see the motivation of White Lily, who is one of the main protagonists, and effectively, she's not allowed to play video games at home because that's all she will do, right? So, effectively, she wasn't doing her homework, she wasn't studying for exams, she was just playing video games. She tried a whole bunch of different hobbies, like karate, I think like some sports as well. I feel like they said like hockey or something. No, volleyball. Volleyball was the one. Like she tried a bunch of different things, and her mum was holding it against her, and I genuinely didn't like it. But I did appreciate the fact that instead of just trashing the laptop or putting it in the microwave or some other stupid thing, what she did was she put it in her safe, right? You can have it back when you beat me in one of two conditions. So you complete one of two conditions. One, you beat me in karate right here and now, or two, you get into the school of my choosing, right? So this very much leads to why she went to a school that is very strict against any technology. It's because it wasn't her choice. It was the mum's demand, right? So that kind of clears up a lot of that.
But surely once she gets out of school, that laptop will be out of date.
No, she's already got the laptop back.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Getting into the school was the criteria,
okay.
not completing the school, right?
So, so that'd be really moving goalposts.
Yeah. So, but she the mum does try to take her on with the karate thing, and like she basically disables her arm from the elbow down, right? Like, just Jesus, like you really hit. Oh God. Anyway,
let's just pressure points. Don't worry about it.
But I mean, the whole point is that it is to show that she doesn't commit to things and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But this is one of the nice elements of the show. They've actually decided to pivot away from the school for a couple of episodes at least. And they've actually gone to Evo, right? Now, I think you don't need to be a gamer to know what Evo is. But for those who don't know, Evo is the fighting game tournament of the world, right? It is a legitimate event that happens all the time. They play varying degrees of fighting games. I think there are very few that they don't play. I think Soul Calibur is one of the ones that they don't do a tournament of. It's primarily Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear. Those are the ones that I do know that they do play. I think there's another one I'm not remembering. But they've gone and they've
Soul Calibur.
The Soul Calibur, I'm pretty sure they don't do. Oh, that's one of the ones they don't do, period. Yeah. But they've entered the tournament for what's called Street Fighter, and they've gone under the guise that they're going sightseeing for a long weekend, right? And all the girls in question had to go and convince White Lily's mum to sign the you're allowed to leave the school
permission
premises for this break. Yes, permission slip. There you go. And they all got to witness the third degree that the mum was giving. And it was just like, holy crap. It was like, you're not going there to do anything gaming related, are you? No, not at all. No. And but they've got an itinerary of going to all these different places. And I can see how this is going to play out. The mum's going to be like, okay, cool. Show me the evidence of you going to any of these places. And it's just like, oh, crap. So they're probably going to have to make something up as they go. You get the idea.
Mm.
I think the show is holding firm. It may fall lower in standing later. But I do like the fact that they've actually gone to Evo. I genuinely do.
Aliens having to do cat dad duties.
Yep. Man didn't want to get up without stepping on nibs.
No, I don't really have any questions.
So,
I don't
do
think
you
it
want
sounds
to know
like
what
my
other
alley,
games they
but
played at Evo?
No. Let's get on with the
really
review.
interesting ones.
Yeah, let's get on with the reviews.
Alrighty.
that was young ladies don't play fighting games. Now Thaylien is to do Black Torch.
I do have to do Black Torch. This is one that you've dropped, isn't it?
I
Nasuth?
dropped it. Yeah, I couldn't keep going.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it.
Mhm. And I don't blame you. It's a bog standard shonen kind of thing. So my rating on this is also unchanged. It's still a Nothing Special 4. So it's different genre, but same rating.
So it's at least as good as.
Okay, so you've got
what was it? Exiled
every
Heaven Knight?
trope. No, as Rearguard.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So I've got to point out that every trope that you can is getting hit on the head, taking inspiration from so many different shows. I say inspiration, in quote. You could slot the characters into any other battle shonen, same powers but different outfits, and they wouldn't really be out of place because they're just basic templates. You know, like the sad boy swordsman who has an older brother that murdered his whole family because he turned evil for some reason. It's just Sasuke with modern clothes and glasses. Also, his attitude is just to say that I have to be the best. Kind of Lancer character from any of the shows of the past. The pink-haired girl character with super strong mother figure that died tragically, leaving her hating the enemy and men, trying to prove she's different and stronger while learning all the same things from the same people that taught her mother.
And wearing the skimpiest clothing possible.
Yes, with emphasis
possible.
on that. Yeah, emphasis on those shorts. And then there's the fuck it, I'll punch it main character that not only looks like 15 other main characters, but acts like half of them too. The only mild different one is the depressed cat that used to be a super powerful demon. Except he genuinely pieced out and sealed himself in a magical rock rather than pick a side in the original battle between the demons and the newly created demon hunters, which is why he's forgotten everything. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not picking a side. I'm going to go sleep in this memory deficient rock. So the story itself is progressing, sort of. We've met the villains. When one attempted to kill off the main character to release the cat from him, and this caused the cat to remember who had unsealed him originally. Then we meet the next stage of training, which is just locked in a magical illusion to fight your own fears for an episode. Except the main character has to face the cat's fears because of them being soul merged, and so the cat manages to remember who the main villain is and how he got sealed. It's all a bit bland, a bit convenient, and easily repeatable by the next show of its kind. But, much like a lot of these shows, it's the equivalent of junk food. It has the recipe of a show that should be okay, except it's just kind of rushed and mass-produced products instead of a real meal. And yet, it's a rushed thing that has been calculated to give just enough of the flavour that you'd want to get. so you come back to it. And that's kind of why I'm sticking to it while Nasuth won't. Nasuth won't feed his junk food addiction that easily, while I want a bit of junk food from time to time.
I think my flavor of junk food is different. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So who wants to place a bet before the next review cycle? Up or down in the ratings, and by how much? Because my initial thought is that I'll be dropping it down. There's very little the show could do to actually raise my estimations. But what do you think, guys?
I think you're gonna keep it the same.
You're gonna keep it the same.
I have no idea.
Okay. So we'll see at the end of season review. Okay, where I put this, because I don't think it's going up.
No, I don't think it's going up for sure.
No.
They're gonna have to do something amazing for it to go up if it's basically just as standard as it was when I watched it. All right. Anything else?
You guys can't see it, but Rain is washing my kitten.
Yeah, I saw it earlier. She's moved since then, but it was more obvious.
Oh,
it's adorable.
Pictures.
All right. Jobless Reincarnation. I've been teasing it. I mean, I still like it. It hasn't. My rating hasn't changed. It's still as soon as changes it over.
I was trying to find it.
Still a must-watch thing.
Yep.
But like it. Yeah, it is peak harem isekai fiction, but that does, of course, mean that it is still isekai harem fiction. 6 episodes feels like just a little bit too long for what we've actually seen happening, but like I do appreciate the slow burn, don't get me wrong. It just feels like one or two episodes too much.
Yeah,
focusing on like Rudy and his family. We already had so much of that in season 2. Did we really need a whole bunch more? That said, I have enjoyed the culture that we've been getting to see. Again, much like I did in Jaadugar. Like, we get to see the elf girl, the Grandma Elf's wedding ceremony, and we get to see how different that is from what Rudy did.
Oh, yes, exactly. An actual ceremony.
We get to see the kids having their special 10th birthday party, because every 5 years is really special where in the village where they came from originally. And since they didn't get to celebrate their actual 10th birthday, it's a year late, but it's the thought that counts. We get to spend a lot of time talking about the relationship between our polyamorous couple polyamorous throuple, and
yes,
while this is kind of what a polyamorous relationship should look like with the general dynamics of trust and openness, I don't know. I just didn't need it to go on so long. It feels like they treaded the same ground over 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, especially with Grand Elf helping out to get all 3 of them together.
Yeah. Obviously Rudy's still a pervert. Everyone still thinks Rudy's a pervert. When he's talking about learning the King class spell, everyone was like, he's talking about sex. No, he wasn't. He actually wasn't this time. I do have to ask though, how is lightning a water spell? I don't quite.
No. It's manipulation of the
clouds.
Yeah.
So he's created rain, and now he's managed to create a lightning storm, and he's even managed to condense it into a localized lightning strike, which is very impressive. Yes, he did learn how to manipulate it. It's good to see Rudy is still practicing, experimenting in ways other people wouldn't. He's still clueless a lot of the time, but he's also grown to be quite considerate and even responsible in his own way. Realizing that his sisters did get. I already brought up the birthday thing. But meeting with the girl whom he messed up a relationship with back in the previous season. Yes, when Sarah shows up again, and he, I was like, oh, good, we're getting an episode where they're going out
helping a princess on a journey of like adulthood sort of thing. And I was like, that's another one of those moments of we get to see some culture of this world. And I was hoping for some more action, but instead what we really got was closure before we bring Eris in. Yeah.
That was literally for that line of I won't be marrying anyone else. Wait, exit out.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And then Sylvie confirming, but if you did bring somebody back, they'd like to see who they are.
That's kind of what I mean. I feel like I swear they've treaded that ground before.
They have, but it's. I'm just. Why is Eris not there yet? She should have come bashing back in.
I know. That said, it may all have been worth it to see Zenith smile and come back a little bit to herself. It may have all been worth it for that.
Yes. I did like the fact that she, even though she was blank in emotions, she came over because the baby was about to cry. And she knew because she's a mom and she knows exactly when the right time to be there is. But she couldn't express
she's raised or helped raise 3 kids now.
Yep.
Technically 4 if we're counting, what's her name? Alice? The new Rudy's baby. Rudy's daughter.
Oh. Elise or something.
Elise?
No, I want to say...
No. I
want to say Lucy. Why do I want to say Lucy? Louise?
Oh, no.
Is it Louise?
It might be Lucy, actually. Anyway, his kid. Yeah, it's... Again, I really hope that we start to move the story along more soon. And given the fact that we flashed back over to Eris, I think we are going to.
Fuck.
But,
I've just spoiled myself.
Good job.
So it's Lucy.
I actually spoiled myself because somebody sent me a meme video and it talks about his kid in the future.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I
get where you're coming from. I think the problem is that with season 3 starting off with such an amazing
there's been a lot of cut content from Eris's airtime too in this place.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. And I think that's the hardest pill to swallow, is the fact that it starts off at a 5-star must watch to then suddenly pump the brakes as hard as it did
for like 4
and then
episodes.
go at a snail's pace. It's probably longer.
I want to bring up that last time we were talking about this, we were discussing whether Eris's rival actually was at the school during that moment with Badagari.
Oh, yes. And then I came back to you later.
And Nasuth actually went and found it and watched it, and she is there. The scene is almost identical.
Yeah.
I didn't seek it out. Points of view.
I didn't seek it out to confirm it. It was because I was working on Notice Me Senpai, and it came up. And so I was like, well, I've got this clip. Let's look at it. And there she was.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
Just wow.
Yeah. I'm glad they the author and the animators thought ahead. Right. Well, that was Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Season 3. Which means we're going back to Xeno.
Though I am an inept villainess, this is a new show I have picked up for
the art style looked really interesting when I was getting the picture for the thumbnail.
So this show is screaming to me, maybe we're starting to see the rise of historical dramas over other... No, I'm not kidding, because we've had Apothecary Diaries, we've had Jaadugar, we've had this, I think we're seeing a lot more historical stuff.
Technically My Happy Marriage as well.
No, but I'm talking about very recently sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
But instead of the banished from the hero's party or left the hero's party, I think that one hasn't taken off nearly as well as Japanese studios would like to believe. But Though I'm an Inept Villainess is a good fun series, I think is a solid acquired taste 5. Right?
Ooh.
I don't think it's a must-watch yet. It's not Apothecary Diaries level, and I think this is something that a lot of people need to let go of the notion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's set in the
It's another Chinese dynasty one.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not just that, but it's also like concubines and things like this. Potential
it's
marriage opportunities for. Yeah, it's in the past and everything. Right. So our series is a body swap, right? Effectively, we have
is this a Prince and a Pauper situation?
Nope. We have 2 main courtesans who are vying up for the prince's hand. One of them is very ill, very frail, but she does everything in her power to be the best that she can. And the other one who is... I suppose maybe she is like the princess in the pauper situation, but basically she comes from a part of the clan that is ostracized, and her parents end up dying under mysterious circumstances. Like it's advertised as suicide, but I don't think it is. And instead of being like a hand servant, so a handmaiden or something like this, she's put forward as a potential love interest, and like so she's gone from literally nothing to something, but she also knows forbidden magic. And ultimately she swaps places with the frail girl. So she herself, right, the villainess, the actual villainess, pushes the frail girl off a balcony into a moat, right? At the exact same time, she swaps places with her, right? The idea is that she is going to swap places. So she's not liked, right? The villainess is not liked by pretty much anyone. Mm-hmm. So she's swapping places with the frail girl so that she can get the mind of the frail girl executed with her old body. Yeah, yes. That's the grand plan. She cannot tell anyone, because of a spell that's put on her, that she is actually the mind of the frail girl. Like she is, she's trapped in this body. No one will probably believe her
anyway, but yeah.
Well, she tries to, but effectively the prince who is sentencing her to death is basically saying, like, you need to cut it out. You need to stop trying to be this person that is the frail. You stole the diary of the frail courtesan. But anyway, so she is then given the opportunity to either admit her crime and get beheaded then and there, or she's going to be passed judgment by the lion. Right? So basically she gets put in a cage with a lion, and if the lion kills her, she's guilty. If the lion doesn't kill her, then yada yada yada.
Okay.
This is within the first 5 minutes.
Nice. And do you know what strikes me funny about this one, Zeno?
What?
Right. So it's a mind swap where the evil person swaps with the good person.
Yep.
In a situation where the good person is then left behind to take the blame for everything the bad person did.
Yeah.
Right? While the good person pretends to be somebody that's beyond reproach and has been attacked by another what everybody else thinks is the bad person. This is the plot at the start of K Project.
Yes, but it's not shit.
Yeah, this is the thing that you said was the worst thing about K Project.
No, that's not the thing that I said was the worst thing about Kai Project. The thing I said was the worst thing about K Project was timing.
Yes, but you got proved wrong about that, so...
You did end up really being wrong about that, but still. Anyway.
No, I wasn't wrong. Anyway, but...
Don't make me pull up the clip.
So it's really interesting in this because effectively, you know, she's let go, she's free, and effectively it kind of comes a little bit of slice of life, but at the same time there's also this like court intrigue and things like that. There is the drama side of it. So she basically gets exiled by her would-be own clan to this derelict house where effectively she's got all this land to herself, and she basically turns it into a farm. Now, I argued, how the hell has she managed to turn it? Like, she's got actual proper growing cabbages and lettuce and potatoes, and sweet potatoes, and things like this. It turns out that those plants were actually growing there already. They were just all over the place, so she just turned it into a proper garden.
Yeah.
She transplanted them and everything. So, it is a good, fun series. The drama behind it is substantial, but not overbearing, which is what a lot of these shows can be, or at least shows out of like the West or live action stuff. They can be like really overbearing with these things, but it is good fun. It's genuinely a good fun series. I'm enjoying it. I think it has a lot of potential to stick the landing. I have no idea how many cores it's going to be. Yeah, I strongly recommend it, to be fair. Even though it's an Acquired Taste 5.
I mean, Acquired Taste 5 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we know what Thaylien is, but I'm going to spin it anyway, just so...
Spin it anyway. Get the timestamp on there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman Season 2. This one is another one of the ones unchanged in the ratings. It is still an Acquired Taste 2-star for me. But Xeno may be pleased to know about some of the developments in this.
It actually does something?
Kind of, yes. So these 3 episodes focus on getting Beryl past his own nose, as the saying goes. A letter has come from his hometown reminding him of a yearly event. This is a short arc where there's apparently a breeding season and thus a migration of saber boars. Since the village is out in the sticks, royal guards or even soldiers and adventurers rarely come out to clear out that kind of monster infestation. So it's up to the villagers, and they're kind of lucky they've got a swordsman dojo out there. So the villagers will scout out the mountains for the overgrown population of boars, make sure to kill off enough that they won't migrate down to the village due to overpopulation, and then have a massive hog roast to celebrate while they sell off the tusks and hides of the boars to fund all the party stuff. And this is what Beryl sets out to do. He brings along 2 knights, the second in command, the one that does the spinny attack, called Hendlitz, and his former student, Karuni. And because he wants to be more like a dad, he brings the girl Miri along so she too can experience the countryside and other people. The hunt itself goes quite well, with Beryl's other student, the adventurer, settled in to take care of the dojo while he's away. And Beryl's parents getting a bit of character moment, getting their own little words in on everything. The students at the dojo have a teachable moment in both directions with Hendlitz. 2 of the students, a brother and a sister, don't like royal knights and are very prideful, being swordsmen themselves, since royal knights never show up to help tiny villagers. The older sister challenges Hendlitz to a fight, and for arrogance, the younger brother is brought in for a 2-for-1 on the night. But Hendlitz uses tricks that Beryl actually taught him earlier on in the season to win using good footwork. So it's never really a 2-on-1. But, teachable moment, of course, he also concedes that he's not in the right, and royal knights do need to patrol more and come out to these villages. See why they're needed. So the knight learns that people have valid anger against knights and needs to do stuff. And we finally see Beryl starting to get his act together. It's taken a full season and a half, We're finally getting a fire lit under him to start acting like a real swordsman and have confidence in a goal. This comes from his success on the hunt, where he goes 1v1 against a giant monster boar that gets his blood pumping and his spirits high. Like, why have I forgotten this feeling kind of thing? You know? And he has success finally dueling and defeating his father. His father literally admitting to him that the reason he had over the dojo in the first place was because Beryl was the strongest swordsman as of that point. Even if Beryl was always afraid because he had always lost to his father before. So it's a bit of a trauma thing, getting over the fact that your dad's stronger than you. So basically,
guys have to get over their sons being stronger.
Yes, exactly. So we now should have a more active and driven Beryl who can pick a goal and follow it, rather than just being dragged along by all the others. I have no idea where the rest of the show is going, because they just finished this little arc, this mini arc on episode 6, and have headed back to the city. But considering that both his father and mother have now publicly stated he should be getting on with getting a wife, even to the point of asking Yui if she can think of anybody, like publicly, and because all the cutaways in these 3 episodes of this arc have been to feature the only 2 girls that are even in the right age range to be his wife, the show may actually do something to do with romance in the next 6 episodes. We could be so lucky. Anyway, it's improvement all over, but currently not realized improvement just yet. If this does mark a turn and give us a more improved main character, I'll be raising the score, because it's the one thing holding it back is how much Beryl drifts from thing to thing. Yeah, that's... Huh? I'm just going to continue, see where it goes. I've stuck with it this far.
See, now you've got the sunk cost fallacy. It comes for us all. Xena's got it with 100 girlfriends. I've got it with Samurai Troopers.
And I've got it with Old Country Bumpkin.
Yep. Alright. Well, any questions? I don't have any questions for him.
Oh. No, I'm sorry. I don't think this one could be redeemed for me. I just no matter what it does, I just can't. I can't watch season 1 to get to it.
Don't blame you. You've been put off, and it would take something incredible to get it back for you.
Yep.
Yeah. Really sound up my alley
just
either.
Steady improvement over time would be enough for me.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
That was from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. And now it's time for the Saga of... Season 2. Now it's time for Saga Tanya the Evil, Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Why did I write Season 3? It is Season 2, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No change. Must watch 5. Go watch Tanya. Just do it. Just go watch Tanya. I really like the strategic nature of the show, along with showing how war is like absolute hell for the soldiers. A few parts feel like they might be a little rushed, like the battle to take the bridges and find the enemy HQ in like episode 4. Was it 4 or 5?
Either one. 5.
Like that felt a little bit rushed, but in the grander narrative, it's fine. The show still knows when to slow down and play out the details. There are a lot of funny moments, but they're not like zany funny. It's not dry. I don't know really. It's very situational comedy. Like when Tanya is talking to the general that's been exiled to the Eastern Front, and in his brain he's thinking all these. I say him. I guess I could say Tanya's a her. Like she keeps thinking in her brain, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. And then he says exactly the thing that she doesn't want to happen. And she almost passes out. He's like, are you all right? Oh, no. Yeah, of course. No, I'm just, it's shock, Yeah. And of course, while Tanya steals the show, they're all great. Empire is really starting to feel the squeeze of the war, like an absolute prolonged war. I think why is the timer not starting?
Because it doesn't like you.
If it had been a quick, decisive war, I don't think that would have been a problem. But the fact that it's going on so long, they're having trouble getting with their supply lines. There's a lot of mental fatigue, even for the commanders, who know their choices could mean life or death for the entire empire. And then, of course, there's also the political side of things to worry about. The soldiers may not want to fight anymore, but the political side of things definitely do. They're not satisfied with just a ceasefire and a demilitarized buffer zone. They want reparations, if not even more, if not like even more than that. To that end, Tanya and her patrol, or her platoon in the eastern side of things, are tasked with putting as much political pressure as they can on the enemy by, of course, winning more battles, taking more territory, cutting off their supply lines, etc., etc. But the way they do this is by making Tanya bait, because the enemy really hates her. She fucking firebombed not Moscow, and they want revenge for that, so they put her out there as bait.
Wait, what? No, what?
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah,
I remember her doing that.
They bring that up several times in this in when they're about her being bait. Yeah, I think that was in the movie.
No,
firebombing.
I'm talking about the firebombing, Nasuth. Yeah, I don't remember them attacking.
She attacked him.
No, but I don't remember her attacking Moscow.
Pretty sure she did.
Not Moscow.
Yeah, not Moscow. It's Moskva or something like that.
Yeah, but even so, I don't remember her doing that.
I need to go back and watch the movie again anyway. So
Dante Bosco.
There's also internal pressure that might lead to a civil war. I think actually that the general that's been sent out that's been exiled, the more they end up winning, the more they end up winning, the more it's going to end up making people want to follow him. I do actually think they're headed for a civil war, but it goes better than expected. There's nobody important dies, but we do get to see some really good action in this battle with the Federation. Is it the Federation? The Federation's mages that they brought back out of retirement, out of the gulags.
Yes,
they are insanely good, because they've been in a gulag. They've had to survive that life. And of course, the general also puts himself out there as bait to split the forces even more, because if one piece of bait is good, two pieces of bait is better. And I don't know, it's really good. Once again, they've managed to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. How much more can this go on? And when will the anti the person that's trying to go after her for being X shows up again, actually confronts her? I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that with bated breath. But yeah,
indeed.
It's really good. I don't know if Zeno thinks it's a must-watch 5, but it's really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's absolutely. I think that this is a series that I would rather watch all in one go, and again, preferably dubbed, because the sad truth is I'm not good with too many complicated terms, and trying to read that at the speed that the subtitles throw them at me is just not helpful.
There are a lot of military terms and tactical things, and
I can still follow exactly what's going on and things, and I do love the direction the narrative's going in. I love the fact that it's you've just got to hold this, and you mean just hold it?
Yeah.
It's and that's the sort of shit that they had to deal with during.
Yeah.
I
mean, the Normandy landing, they knew that their forces were going to get fucking decimated, but they just had to do it. They, the people behind had to keep going when they saw the people in front of them fall down dead. They just had to keep going.
The one thing I really, really want to understand is what the political structure is in not Germany, because I always thought Zator and his other friend, the other general, was the tippy top of the whole thing, but it's
I think they're the top of the military, but they're not the top of the
because
political structure.
they aren't. they aren't the top of the military, because in episode 4 there was that other oh no, that might have been episode 5 as well. There was that other guy that was actually at the head of the table, right? He was the one that was disseminating orders further. So it feels like there are still higher levels in this thing that we just don't deal with. And again, I think they were talking about the imperial family and things like this.
Yeah.
So it is. I would like to see like what kind of overarching structure there is within their regime. But it's
probably just go look at the actual.
I don't want to get spoiled. No,
German
avoid
regime
wikis to save your life.
No. Like the actual German regime in World War One. World War One.
Yeah.
Would this be World War One? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it's in 1920 something. Yeah. Yeah. So just go look at the actual German structure. It probably matches it.
Anyway.
Back before they balkanized. Was it? No, not balkanized. Fuck. What was that? What was the term?
We'll never know. Anyway.
We'll never know.
Move on to the next one.
Yep. That was Saga of Tanya the Evil, Season 2. Now Xeno gets to do Magilumiere.
Magical Girls.
So, yeah. And last time I gave this... What did I give this?
Good question.
I gave this an Acquired Taste 4-star. I think it firmly sits with the Acquired Taste 4-star. It's a very decent series. So they have shown value in their system, right? They have received the green light from various governing bodies, and they're now expanding the company. They take utmost care in choosing potential candidates, but the really interesting thing is that the 2 new magical girls they end up getting are people that they have worked with
from other companies.
So from other companies, you know, they find out that like, you know, there's positions open, and like they immediately apply. And one of the, like, they were only looking for 1 magical girl, but these 2 like really superior candidates had applied both at the same time, and he's like, I'm taking you both. I'll fucking make it work. And now they're out looking for a new engineer. And again, it's really interesting to see the dynamic of how university is portrayed, because a lot of the time university is portrayed to be the de facto thing in, you know, being able to advance in society, so on and so forth. But now we have, like, you know, very real grounded thing right now. We have loads of people. We've just had the A levels come out, right? Which is our first optional higher education before university. You typically need so many A levels before you can actually get into university, and there are now they've now across the country in the UK, they have accepted more students for university this year than any prior year. And it's like, yeah, but here's the fact. They just want the money from the students. They don't care about the other end of the thing. Because, like, there's no graduate jobs. There are none, right? So, at the end of the day, when you finish a university degree, what are you going to show? But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because basically the best potential candidate that the head of the company painstakingly went through all the potential applicants, and he liked this guy the most, was because of how out of the box thinking he was when it came to being an engineer, right? He didn't conform to the standards that would get drilled into you at university level. And they've actually, so the head actually has to give a talk and everything. So while they're there, they basically go and they find the candidate. Turns out the candidate's been skipping university classes for months, right? He doesn't turn up, he doesn't do his coursework, he doesn't do anything. He's basically set to fail. But you see his practical work out in the field, and it effectively, he's bored, right? But you see his practical work out in the field where, you know, he's working for proper companies as a freelancer, and everyone loves it. And again, one of the most interesting reactions, I thought this is hilarious. He set up all his equipment and everything on tatami mats, right? Mm-hmm. This one of the magical girls gets really upset with him. And she sort of like stamps on the tatami mat, to which he turns around and goes, "Do you mind? Don't shake my PC." And it's just like, I get you're pissed off with me or whatever, but take it out of the room.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a dumb subtle thing, but it's that sort of subtlety that I actually really like of this show. It's a good series. It is out of the box thinking when it comes to magical girls, and the dub's not too bad. I think the main protagonist, the main magical girl, her voice is a little grating, but aside from that, like, it's a pretty decent dub. So yeah, I like the series. I think it is worth watching, and if you're like, I like the concept of magical girls, but I don't like the bullshit. This is one that doesn't have the bullshit. It's extracurricular in terms of that.
Anime is also the reason, you know, buys shredded cheese, because doing it himself is just grating.
Yeah, I know. I felt that too, Nasuth.
That one was a reach. That one was a real reach.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Is that the end of the reviews?
Yeah, pretty much.
Looks like. Yeah.
Right.
Any final thoughts on the season so far? I think it's shaping up to be a pretty good season.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of good shows during the course of this season. I think prior seasons this year felt very much a case of like, so much of it's not worth watching.
Yeah.
But,
whereas, you know, even the junk food in this one for me is, you know, entertaining enough junk food.
Anyway, right. Shall we move on to the supporter questions?
Let's do that.
Yes, please.
Right. So, supporter questions. First of all, Ricuse7, Coffee, Eggs, and Bacon says, is Zeno going to say like and subscribe? He just did. Ricuse7, Coffee, Eggs, and Bacon asks, does he...
Editor's notes are from me.
Okay, so he actually asks, which of the following would you rather have...
No. The editor's note is just whatever's in parentheses. He started here.
Sorry.
And not all of it. Not all of it. He even has some parentheses himself in his...
Yeah, so there's like a couple of editor's notes.
You read it, because like this is...
All right.
Give yourself over to the love that Atla...
This question may need context. Sorry.
Give yourself over to the love that Atla and Lemuria from Dragon Ball Z felt. You can look it up if you want. Which of the following would you rather have? Tongue Tank Kid's powers from My Hero Academia, or Swanzo from Outlaw Star's job and the knowledge of how to do it. And then if we need to read the editor's notes, we can. So, the Bug King and Queen from the early DBZ. Oh! Lemuria and Atla.
That's Atla and Lemuria, yeah.
The Bug King and Queen that Vegeta and Nappa killed. And then Tongue Tank Kid has the power to turn his tongue into the cannon of a tank and shoot at things, while Swanzo is the mechanic from Outlaw Star who has extensive knowledge of how to build, repair, and even provide weapons for spaceships. Which one would you rather be?
Swanzo.
Rather be Swanzo than have a tank cannon for a tongue.
Yeah,
I think Swanzo's more practical.
Yeah.
Tongue tank kid's power would just get you like scooped up by the government and turned into a weapon or something.
Either that or you accidentally shoot something and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for next time I eat spicy noodles, it just turns into a cannon and explodes.
So I had to look up who these people were for context. Well, not Swanzo, because Swanzo, I've watched Alice like 17 times in the past decade. But Tongue Tank Kid, I looked at him, he is 9.
Damn.
So could you imagine giving a 9-year-old kid access to a cannon that he can do just by going,
Anyway. I'm a fire in my beans. Right. Memes?
Yeah, memes.
Memes?
Memes.
We actually have some viewer memes this week.
We do.
Yeah.
Thank you out there for sending in viewer memes. Appreciate it.
All.
What is this shirt?
Oh my god.
I
want that shirt. I want that shirt.
Yeah.
For Pete's sake, this isn't some robot cartoon whose hero is an autistic kid or some punk. This is the one.
Oh, Pat Labor.
This was the one that got sent to me to be like, is this a good meme? And I'm like, Xeno loves Pat Labor, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Add a video meme. I think it might just be a GIF. I'm not sure. Nope.
The ending to One Piece.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I knew where that footage was from.
Yeah.
Alright, on to my memes. When the game developer designs you this way, but then they name you, what are you? Ebony. Because she's pale and pasty white.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh my word.
Next one's a video. Rent a Girlfriend anime confirmed season 6 in production. Fans of other romance series who don't even get a first season reacting to the fandom. I probably can't play very much of this actually because it's copyrighted, but you get the idea. What if you wanted cat girls, but God said, I'll give you cat girls. I'll give you cat girls to cry about.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations on successfully wasting 8 months of 2026. Fear is my spirit animal.
Yeah, we've still got a few weeks left of 8.
Shut up and come with me. Just these 3 weird scenes. Chargeman Ken from 1904. I have several questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have several questions about that show.
And my last one. And oh, right. I've got to do it on this screen, don't I, for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Porn directors create unrealistic expectations. For example, now a guy in a Neon Genesis Evangelion t-shirt will be having sex. Sure he will.
Impossible.
All right, on the Thaylien.
Do you know the Klingon proverb tells that revenge is a dish that is best served cold? It is very cold in Mongolia.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh.
We shouldn't kill innocent children, but we can kill guilty children, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Duh. Oh my god.
I thought,
what the fuck even?
it's that meme. We're the Top Gear gang. It fits. Sinjiro over Kozjiro equals Tanjiro.
That's a math joke just for us nerds.
Oh, God.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Oh my
Except.
That's perfect.
Video.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Will not wake up.
No, it's awake. It just doesn't. It just doesn't want to give it up.
Yep.
All right. Two quick questions. Is this one actually spicy? Do you know?
I'm pretty sure it is.
And do you know why this one
is it as spicy as Nasuth's one?
That one should be an image. However, if I'm correct, give me 2 seconds.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah, we can ignore it because it was yours.
Okay. Just arrived in Japan.
It just arrived in Japan. Yep.
Is that Cars?
Yeah, of course that's Cars.
Ah, nice. What you don't know is that's actually Adam.
Thought Nasuth would like that one. Remember to protect your eyes from the eclipse.
Yeah, you need the eye protection for that.
Yeah.
No, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to cheat on Makima. I put that on my life. I put that on my soul. I put that on my...
Well, hello there. What are you doing here? I thought you had a lady friend.
Well, I guess I have, what would you call someone who tells you what to do, forces you to work horrible jobs, and sometimes treats you like an animal?
A wife.
A slave owner?
A girlfriend, yeah! We have a complex relationship. I experience countless brutal deaths for her, and she sometimes spits on me.
Sounds romantic. Well, you want another girl in your life?
Well, there is another girl who's, what do you call someone who treats you like you're less than human, regularly beats you, and is kinda racist?
That's definitely a slave owner.
A friend, yeah!
Oh boy. You really need a girl in your life who knows how to treat you, Denji.
Oh god! She's touching me! What do I do?
Take out your dick, Denji. Trust me.
You mind taking your homeless friend outside? The kid smells like moist dog shit. You smell great, kid. I'm just gonna go throw up in the back.
Ooh, I know. How about we go on a date? I can show you how a girl should really treat their man. Did something
Chainsaw dick.
So yeah, and then you got the wizard will now install your software.
She's not a wizard, she's a mage.
I know. And then my last one, which is not going to appear now, it's the yeah, it's that one. Yeah.
Oh.
We had
but Virgil said it was good. Oh well.
Anyway. Right.
It's so good we had it twice.
That's what.
Yep.
That's what Zena gets for not submitting his memes until like an hour before we record.
I'm sorry, I was busy.
So was I. I stayed up late
you weren't.
last night.
No, you weren't. You didn't busy.
Hope you enjoyed the reviews, everyone.
Right. So yeah, that's it for this week. Next week, as Thaylien said, did you say we had something special, or did we actually say what it was?
I guess some snacks or disappointment. It's all next week on Kanpai Cast.
Yep. So yep, we're lining up for that. Yeah. Now it's time to bottoms up. Sorry. Thank you all for watching and or listening. And now it's time to bottoms up. And Kanpai.
Kanpai.
And Kanpai.